Hi there, it's Lorraine Jones, and welcome to another little edition of Keeping Mentally Healthy in Lockdown. Now, I've talked to the children before about the importance of having that positive attitude, and I wanted to share a little bit with you today about how we might be able to do that and share a little bit of some science that I found out just recently, but it just made so much sense, but dead simple. So I'll share those with you. And it's just so hard. I think the longer it goes on, this lockdown, it's just relentless, isn't it? And the bad news on the TV and everything else going on, it's just going on so long, and it's just feels like it's just so hard to keep positive. And you end up feeling that kind of, it's easy to feel that kind of despair, and it's just really, really hard, isn't it? So but this in this conference, there was a psychologist called Dr. Kate Middleton, and if you want to read any of her work, she's absolutely great. Um, but she shared with us in this children's work conference about a special part of the brain, and it's called the Hope Circuit, and it just sounds absolutely amazing. So when you're feeling despair, like you've just had enough, you can't do it anymore, you're done, and let's face it, we've all been there at least a dozen times over the last year. Um, what it does is that the part of the brain kind of surrounds this bit that feels despair, and it's called the hope circuit. And that hope circuit is triggered by a few things that help combat that despair. And so, very helpfully, these three things all start with a P, so it's nice and easy to remember. The first one is positivity. So, we're talking things like joy and laughter and fun and all those little positive things, probably all those cheesy inspirational quotes and things. So, just having that little bit of laughter and fun in your life can just have enormous benefits and helps lift that feeling of despair. So, what sort of things can you find? Just those. If you've watched a load of Netflix or something, can you find something new that just makes you laugh? What gives you joy? What are those little things? And often they're just little things that just give you joy. Do more of those, and it's important to keep doing those, especially the longer this goes on. It's really hard. So keep doing those positive things. Okay, now the next one is people. And, and of course, that's part of the thing that we've lost, isn't it? That connectedness to other people. We're not in touch with other people as much. We can't give them hugs. We can't talk to them in the way that we would talk to them before. But it's about finding those creative ways to keep that connection going. And a lot of people have done a lot of that and been really creative about keeping in touch with people. So maybe you can look at other ways to do that, or just keep going with that contact. Just pick up the phone and have that chat with a friend, because it can just give you such a lift, can't it? Or maybe writing little postcards or just something like that. Just keep in touch with those people. And the third one is productivity and purpose. So when you've got a purpose in your life, it gives you that hope, doesn't it? It just gives you that reason to go on and keep going and keep soldiering on and keep putting one foot in front of the other, which just feels like it's really hard at the minute. Just keep going. So and it doesn't have to be anything particularly complicated at all. So for example, I started my gardening up again, and I planted some seeds yesterday, and just that little feeling of hope that I got from doing that, just planting out those seeds. And every day I'll go there and I'll keep having a little look, and are they coming up yet? Come on, little seeds, grow. I'll give you cookies. It doesn't work, but it just keeps me going, and just gives me that hope for what's gonna come in the garden in the next few months. So, but find your thing, find that little project, or is there something else you might want to look at, and give you some inspiration, if you like. Um, I'm, it's going to be Lent soon, and I don't know about you, but I don't do well giving things up for Lent. So I tend to like to do things like there's a 40 acts of kindness, things like that. So trying to do a nice thing each day for Lent. So you can try doing something like that. And it doesn't have to be for all of Lent at all. It can just be just a few things now and again. And I don't know about you, but I think we've given up enough, haven't we, for over the last year to talk about giving things up for Lent. Trying to do those little positive steps is probably a better way forward. Try that. Do whatever works for you. I'll give you something that we're actually doing as a church for quite a few of us. Let me get this the right way around. So this is called 40, as in 40 days, and it's all about doing things for the environment this year, because of course it's a big climate change conference coming up in November in Glasgow. So there's going to be a big run on the environment, a big kick on the environment this year, which is absolutely fantastic. So a colleague of mine did this, and so this is just some simple steps that you can do to help the environment. And again, it's all very much about just do those little things that you can do. Don't feel like you have to do everything. We can't all change the world overnight. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? But you might want to tackle something about food or about plastics or energy or shopping. Just the different areas. Pick one or two things. Just pick one area if you want to. And it's just to give you some ideas, give you that bit of a project, and just to help to take those positive steps. Okay. I keep trying to persuade my family to go vegan for Lent. I don't think I'm having much success. But maybe they might do 1 or 2 days. You know what? It's better than nothing, isn't it? So just keep going with those positive steps, just those little things that just give you that hope and trigger that hope circuit for going forwards for the future. Okay, hope I've given you some ideas. But you take care of yourself and have a good week and have a good half term, depending on when you're watching this video. Okay, take care. Bye.